Alright gamers, welcome. This game we're going to be playing Aphelios Nami into Victor Karma. So it's basically going to be a sort of like double mage bot lane. Karma's sort of like a mage enchanter hybrid. So these are kind of the roughest lanes for Aphelios to be facing, especially without an engage support. But on the other hand, we do have some sustain from the Nami. If I didn't have a Nami for sustain, I would probably consider rushing Bloodthirster here. But because I do have some sustain to withstand what little poke Victor does, he's not a super heavy poke mage. He does have some poke with his E, but I think what he does have, we can sustain it with Nami. Poke ideally, hopefully also, that'll also account for the Karma poke too. And so instead I'm just going to try Static Shiv Rush, which is just going to help me match the Victor wave clear, so that I don't just get constantly shoved in under turret, where I can just be repeatedly poked. Okay, I think that Victor had bone plating, right? Yeah. Which is unusual. And also, since usually these days I've just been doing, like 3 early points in W with, absolute focus, just a double adaptive force, rune setup. But since we are not doing the usual, you know, just, super AD components rush thing, and in fact our first item is going to give us some attack speed. Instead I'm going to dump all of my, well, at least most of my early points into Q. I don't need points in W. Especially because we don't really get to DPS a pick like Victor, we mainly just trade with our abilities and they just play from so far back, there's not much fighting to do, so attack speed not going to be very valuable in this matchup. Okay, we got Nocturne Pathing bot side, don't know about the Kayn. Yeah, very uninteractive lane, it is what it is. Can try and bait out some Karma Qs. If she misses a Q, that would be a great indicator that I can go for a trade. Okay, I think my jungler wants to contest this, so I'm just gonna shove as fast as I can. Okay, I got the melee. Okay, we got the Scuttle Crab. Yeah, I just wanted to kill as many of those minions as I could. Especially the melees. Casters don't give as much XP, don't give as much gold. But at least the melees I would like to pick up before I start rotating over. So I'm not losing as much. Alright, well we can potentially just go place a ward right now. Just to make absolutely sure that we're going to be safe while shoving here. But yeah, I mean, so far their poke is not really doing much. Even as I get hit by that, I mean, just one Nami heal and I'm pretty much back to full HP. Oops. There's also not too much point in putting early points of lethality like I usually would. Like starting to max it as early anyway. Because I'm not really itemizing for damage this game. If I'm going for Static Shiv, I'm basically just wave clearing. Especially how I want to play this matchup is how it's going to be. So yeah, I'll put just as many points in Q for early as I need. Once I base on like a pickaxe or something, then I think that's going to be enough and I can just start maxing E. Yeah, the poke will get stronger as the game goes on, though. Stronger, even relative to Nami's sustain, which also gets stronger, but not as strong as the poke does. I mean, to put it another way, I mean, their poke is getting stronger on 2 champs, our sustain is only getting stronger on 1 champ, so Nami's sustain doesn't necessarily grow enough to deal with 2 different poke champions. Poke's increasing. Oh, didn't land that. I don't bother hitting the purple Q, I feel like it's pointless here. Don't want to waste my mana on something that's going to do very little damage right now. Probably could have just blue Q'd him there while he was in range. I had my auto attack on cooldown from hitting the minion, but the blue Q definitely I could have hit him with. It was definitely in range. I don't have a ward right now. Should be fine though, I imagine Kayn is just topside anyway. I could maybe have just been looking for a base already, though. Okay, we wipe out that wave. Let's see what they're gonna do. Are they gonna try and freeze? We're gonna maybe just choose the Karma here. Nami has no idea what I'm trying to go for, unfortunately. Maybe Victor here. Okay. Alright, that's fairly good. That's really good. I actually do want the blue-green cycle, so we'll get rid of blue here. This should be an easy shove. Okay, Victor's just dipping back into the lane. I'm just gonna base in this brush in case he would try and go out of his way to cancel my base there. He's doing a pretty good job of loss setting, actually. Even though he's a mage, so like weaker auto attacks than me, he's somehow still ahead in farm. I missed some CS when I went for that roam. I think he just stayed in lane, but still, that's very surprising. And if I wasn't going for static shiv, if I didn't consider this a viable option, another thing that I could just do is, like, for example, just Yomu's. Just if I know that pretty much all of my damage is going to be, like, straight from combos, not really any auto-attacking at all. I'll just feel really clunky right now because I have way less attack speed than I'm used to, but that will change as soon as I finish Static Shiv, or even just the Scout Slingshot. Okay, Victor's not gonna need to base for a while, he's got pretty much every component he would want. Trying to let this crash. We don't want to try and freeze this and then just end up tanking their poke. Either way, there's no jungler bot side right now to actually gank them. Nor any enemy jungler top side. Bot side. Ooh, hang on. Maybe we can win this. I do have red-white. Oh, she's dead. Ooh, thank god I hit Victor. It's gonna have to flash. And he just did it too late. If he flashed sooner, I could have flashed after him. Alright, we'll play Nami. Yeah, I mean, that looked really int from her, but, like, it's not int if she does realize that Aphelios just stomps with red-white there, so either she has a very good understanding of Aphelios, which would be surprising for the average support, or she just got lucky that her int engage. But I think she just must have known that I must be really strong there with red-white. Because otherwise, yeah, I mean, that was a really weird play to initiate otherwise, so I'm gonna give her props. Alright, and now we have Static Shiv. So we can easily match their wave clear, in theory. I've also got a mostly maxed Q, so that just means like even Q max is also very good, obviously, for just killing minions. Minimizes you know, the amount of autos that you need onto the minions to kill them. So the less time I spend having to interact with the wave to make up for how instantly Victor shoves it in, then the more I can focus on actually fighting back. Nice combo. Unfortunately, I'm probably dead because I'm getting ganked and they aren't. But we'll see what we can do. Okay, she's dead. Okay, I guess he didn't have ult, which is lucky for me. Oh my god. Nice one, Nami. Thank you for not abandoning me. Ooh, Victor's still around. And not anymore. Probably he shouldn't have stuck around. I might throw a Mel gank. Now we see her. You know we're good then. Alright, should be able to crash this wave. Alright, beautiful. Yeah, I didn't realize quite how low that Victor was. I didn't even have to use ult in this fight, actually. That's pretty nuts. How much damage did it do with static shift there? Not that much. Doesn't seem like it did much to champions there. Must have been used up on minions. I think we'll go for Infinity Edge second item. Usually I would go for Collector if I'm going for Static Shiv Rush. Just to follow the Static Shiv up with a really cheap item. But I think looking at the fact that they have a Shen... Ooh, and even this Keen is going Rost as well. So they're gonna be semi-tanky. I don't want... Like, ideally by the threat point, I want both Infinity Edge and Lord Dominix to deal... Or Mortar Reminder, whichever one. Just Infinity Edge and Armor Pen by my 3 item points. I don't want to delay either one of those with a Collector. If I want to melt tanks, I need both of those ASAP. Okay, we see Kayn top currently. Does she have vision? Whoa. I have to go in Karma because Victor's through that area. Ooh, damn, I almost got her. Okay, that's sad. I'm in an awkward spot here. I can't easily escape that ult, but I still will sustain out of this. Yeah, I kind of knew Victor would disengage, but I just wanted to see what would happen. I think I overall managed to do enough damage for that to be worth. I can't promise that there wasn't a better play that might come up later, which would have been a better use of my ult, but for sure, considering we're gonna get sustain here and they aren't, this has definitely benefited us. Oh, he didn't even try and juke. Okay, Kayn around. Nice. No, I missed her. And okay, I shouldn't have been auto-attacking Karma there, because it takes so long for my checkums to return to me at that point. But I didn't get the DPS Kayn. I don't think it made a difference, but like I wasn't gonna kill Karma anyway. Although if I had hit the green Q on her, maybe that could have been a kill. So that's my bad. She was quite high HP though. Maybe I couldn't kill her, but I don't know. It would have been a lot of damage. I'm really fed. So obviously at that distance, I could do Q auto. You know, the auto reset. Yeah, didn't land the Q, my bad. Still not too bad an outcome. We just get the Nocturne cleanup anyway. Game looks like a bit of a stomp so far, 13-5. Just noticed Matthew more on the Drake. I should try and help. There we go. Ah, okay, well, he flashed anyway, even though that wasn't even gonna land. Nice. Hang on, there's still a fight going on here? Way too late. Like, no matter how quickly I rotated to that, he was already dead anyway. It looks like he just misplayed. Victor probably wants to base, though. No, he's not even basing. What the hell? Are we getting ganked here, or is she just trying to cancel Nami? We might be getting ganked. I think I should be fine to tranche up, though. We'll see what happens. Okay, maybe we're not getting ganked then. I'll just pretend like I'm basing, because I don't actually really have anything to base for here. I can grab a Crit Cloak for Infinity Edge, but that's not really that big a spike. I might give myself away going for this plant, because they saw that Nami was recalling there, right? So maybe they have a ward in this area, but I don't want to give this up for free just for a cheese that might not even work. It's kind of annoying how long it took me to get that, though, because I had to curve so awkwardly, and now I just lost so much time on this play. Okay, I think Victor's just recalling. I'll start pushing now. And look how fast the wipe out this waves, man. Okay, cool. That's not quite first turret because Jax already took it, but still. A free turret for me there is pretty much just... Gold-wise is the same as getting a kill. It's 300 gold. Very valuable. And now I can base for Infinity Edge. Might get my base cancelled here. Nice. I don't know why he didn't cancel it. Maybe he got scared, but I didn't have any secret tricks up my sleeve there. I was just hoping he wouldn't cancel. Because I lose a lot of tempo if he cancels me. But with how much I'm dominating him though, like, I can sort of relate to being in his shoes where you're like, oh man, why is this guy not canceling when he knows I see him? Like, is he planning a trap or something? Like, if I try and cancel here, is he gonna kill me? Like, those sort of doubts can creep into your head if you're already losing. I don't want to start already rotating all the way back over. Yeah, obviously I would have stayed there if I realized that this was gonna continue as a fight. It's both surprising that the enemies just didn't back off sooner, and also that my team just actually showed up turret dived into a Shenot. Looks like it probably worked out for them though. Well, 1 for 1. At least it wasn't a disaster, at least. We'll keep pushing another wave. I might even just continue pushing this turret. Kayn is like the biggest threat to me on the map right now. He's currently dead. And we know that Victor was just mid. So he might be rotating over now. Nope, he's actually ganking top. So I'm gonna ping that guy back. Need to stop using blue, otherwise the flames will hit Karma. Alright, she can try and damage me here. It doesn't really matter. She's not gonna kill me. Now I can start walking forwards. I want to try and catch her. It's just the purple again, and she's dead. Probably could start pathing forward sooner. I think I stopped being rooted sooner than I realized. As soon as I was no longer rooted, I should have been pathing forwards to try and catch out Karma after killing the turret. But either way, I mean, with purple ult, you can see we just easily catch her. And now the objective is going to be Lord Dominix, and by the third item point, we're going to be fairly strong. Not as strong as if we'd rushed a crit item, obviously, but yeah, I think in a mage matchup of all matchups, the Static Shiv really helps. I think even more so against Victor than other matchups, like against poke mages, it still helps a lot to have Static Shiv for the wave clear. I'll go bot. Helps a lot to have Static Shiv for the wave clear, because like the faster you clear a wave under turret, for example, if you're getting shoved in, the less time you spend under turret just like dodging skill shots. Oh, is it gonna be an easy call? Can she shield the fear though? Oh, she tried to, but apparently she can't. Nice. What weapon do our rotation do I want? Probably still this one. Yeah, especially against Victor, like he doesn't actually even have all that much poke. It's like I don't like there's not even an argument of really needing sustain, especially if my support is already something like Nami. So I was just free to just match his wave clear and then just fight back super effectively. Since superior wave clear in theory is like the only advantage he really has. A small range advantage, sure, but not even that huge. You know, he's not a Xerath, he's not a Ziggs. Doesn't have that easy a time keeping me off of him with his W as well. I'm waiting for this thing to spawn. There we go. Can also try and go for this here, maybe. Yeah, this is up. I'm gonna go for it. We see Karma mid at the very least, so I'm gonna continue shoving a wave here. Then maybe I'll check the enemy blue. I'm definitely not gonna continue pushing there. Ooh. Okay, the enemy blue is down. Looks like it was just trying to punish me. But that's also partially like why I can get away with that sort of thing. Like in high elo, maybe that might be really dumb. It might be way too risky. In lower relos, I mean, like in higher lows, they'd be thinking, oh, it's like such a mind game, you know? But in low elos, basically, it's not even going to occur to them that I might be dumb enough to like overextend there. But I'm doing it because I know they just wouldn't bother punishing a move that I might make, you know? Like even if they think that I probably wouldn't do it, they should move into position anyway. Then when I'm pushing in that wave, the king would already be there, ready to gank me, not just reacting to the fact that I'm there. Because by then it's too late, I clear the wave instantly, then I'm just gone. And so you just gotta like play in a lot of those mind games. It gets a bit ridiculous, but like how do you farm in low elo when your mid laner won't rotate to bot lane? So you have to go bot lane by yourself and you're alone ADC. Well, you gotta like be a little bit smart about it, but also engage in mind games and realize the enemies aren't going to punish you every single time. So long as you stay out of vision, then randomly show up on a wave, clear that wave ASAP and leave. A lot of the time it doesn't give the enemies much time to react. Because they won't predict that you would do that. They will react after you appeared, and by then it's too late, you know? Obviously you just got to learn to, you know, apply that though, because it's just not the same for every single scenario. Like, if the enemy jungler is already on the fucking Gromp and you show up here, well, that's obviously not gonna work, right? Can we maybe... It would be nice to go for Articon, but also, like, we can take a turret here, and if we leave this undefended, they're gonna get a free turret. I'd rather play for mid turret here, to be honest. We're in no rush to force Articon so long as the enemies aren't in danger of picking it up either. Oh, what the hell? Wait, I was trying to... Oh my god, I'm gonna block that? Okay. Yeah, I was trying to green ult her. I don't know why my auto went off instead. What the... That dash felt like really long range, didn't it? Oh my god, that was lucky. Is this our Zerth ult? It is. Okay, I had to confirm. For a second there, I couldn't remember whose team he was on, and until I remembered, I needed to keep dodging. Yeah, didn't that feel like an absurdly long-range King Q? Did I just miss him flashing there? I can check. You too, Nami. Ah, what? Wait, did he like dash over my sentry? Wait, I think that's what happened. Oh my god, what? I've never seen that. I didn't know that's a thing. Did you guys know that's a thing? I'm sure that's what happened. Like, you know how you can like extend the range of dashes and blinks, but like dashing over a wall that's like thicker than your dash, but so long as you make it over like halfway, it will still put you over the wall anyway, and therefore it basically extends the range of your dash slash blink. I think that's what happened. Except Sentry must have a fat as fuck hitbox if that's what happened, because like that was a really long range dash. Like what the hell? Strange. Yeah, I think he might have like hit me with one extra half of his Q because of that or something. Maybe it didn't change anything, maybe it just looked visually funky, but it just threw me off. Something felt wrong there. Alright, at this point there's no turret to play for. Ideally I'd like to start rotating for Articon. If we have to give up a mid lane turret in the process, that's fine. It is worth overall to take Articon in exchange for losing a mid lane turret, so long as they don't have a herald to trade like multiple turrets with. Alright, let's start this. Yeah, I also don't want to like give up that turret and be behind on turrets, because like before we'd taken their mid lane turret, I felt it was prudent to at least get the turret, so that by the time they get our turret, we've already matched it previously, so we're not falling behind in gold. At worst, we're getting even, you know? But they're not obtaining an advantage, they're just catching up to what we already did, and we're glad to let them make that small catch-up in exchange for the Articon, right? That's basically my logic there. Ooh, that's only hit one person. What the? Oh, he's ulting me. Fuck. Nah, no well. Yeah, I probably didn't play that perfect. I think for a second I was confused as to where Kane was, but it was just ulting me. Oh, we didn't have Jax. Maybe we shouldn't have been fighting at all then. Didn't notice that. If he had TP up the whole time, it was also very for him to just not be TPing, but that's separate. Like, even assuming that I noticed that Jax is TP and I'm like, oh, this can be a 5v5. Well, I need to be pinging him and, you know, pinging his TP, you know? I need to be calling, okay, we're gonna 5v5 here with a Jax TP. If I'm not making that call, then why the fuck would I expect Jax to show up? But yeah, I just wasn't paying attention to the map. I didn't see we were 4v5. So that's on me. That's a lack of awareness. What am I gonna build next? I think I'll just do static shift here. I don't think I need static shift, fucking hell, a collector. I don't think I need shield bow. They're not super bursty. I wonder if Mel W sort of works against Nocturne. The fear, sort of like how other spell shields work. That's not a spell shield, but maybe it just works similarly anyway. Where like, if she deflects as he presses E, maybe it deflects the whole E, and then she can't get feared. But if she doesn't deflect it from the start, then it still goes through. That might be how that works. Maybe I'll switch to the regular cycle from here, actually. Okay, Drake is up ideally, we would take that. Jax has no TP anymore, though, so now for sure we are treating this as a 5v4, so we basically need to force the enemies to react to Jax, which means... okay, they're starting it, which is smart. They wanna, like... Ooh, hang on, I can kill this guy. Okay, Karma. Okay, well now it's 4v4, so maybe we can just fight. Fuck. I don't have vision! Oh, that was so sad. I tried to blue trinket, but... Alright, my bad, my bad. I shouldn't have approached the brush where I had no vision, because that sort of thing could happen. I think I even had an indication that Victor was in there beforehand. Or Mel, whoever. No, it wasn't Victor, it was Mel. I had an indication that Mel was there. I don't remember what it was, but I did see, like, some particles. I just didn't think much of them. Like, it might have been a Q or something. Yeah, basically, this is what the enemies had to do. They had to force a fight ASAP, or, you know, force the Drake ASAP. Because ideally, they need this whole scenario to be done in time to recall and deal with the Jax. Whereas our objective, on the other hand, was try and delay this Drake as much as we can. To give, like, you know, even if the enemies are trying to force it, so, like, we give time for Jax to push this turret and force somebody to have to deal with them. Then they are forced to either completely concede the top lane inhib for the Drake, which is not worth for them, and so we're happy with that outcome, giving away the Drake for the inhib, or somebody has to recall in the middle of that fight, and then it's a 4v4 for us, which we can easily contest. And the person who's recalling the top lane is already, like, late and has already given up CS, has potentially already given up a turret, might even lose 1v1 to Jax. But yeah, the enemies played it well, did what they needed to, which was force ASAP. Well, maybe they could have forced even faster, but certainly they forced in time. The Karma Int just made it a lot harder for them than it should have been, and then me Inting afterwards made it a lot easier for them than it should have been at that point. I don't really need too much DPS here, to be honest. I'm just gonna finish maxing Q. I've been maxing W up until now, but honestly, at this point, I'm at a point where I'm actually satisfied with my attack speed, I'm satisfied with my AD. Like, I don't think anything is lacking, so at this point I'm thinking, okay, well, what is still going to be more useful against their comp overall? Well, they are mostly, like, mage, you know, double mages, who I mostly cannot auto-attack. I would have to kill them with abilities. I think AD is going to be more useful there, so let's just finish maxing Q. I can take this. There we go. Hello. Trying to stay out of the Kane ult range. Whoa, wait, there was a Shen ult on him the whole time? Or what? Oh, ward. Okay, and wait, is that... No, that's... Wait, is that a Jax TP again? No way. How the fuck did that come up so quick? I guess the cooldown late game is a lot lower than I realize. What is it? Oh, wait, what? Wait, that's absurdly low. Ow, I didn't mean to eat that. Yeah, that's a lower cooldown than my, well, if I was running cleanse, that would be a lower cooldown than my cleanse. If I was running heal, that would be a lower cooldown than my heal, I think. Yeah, Nami's is only lower because of, this thing. Interesting. Didn't realize it was that low late game. I'm not abusing late game TP cooldown enough, honestly, when I do run TP. I mean, I'm an ADC main, so, like, it makes sense why I wouldn't even know about this. I can count on probably one hand the amount of times I've run TP since that changed, but... okay, good to know. I'm just basing. I don't want to fight that guy. You can always just, like, if I just walk forwards and cancel my base, you can always just leave, and then it's just wasting my time. I don't want to let my time be wasted. Yeah, there's not much to frontline, even though they have a... not much frontline to actually kill here. Even though they have a Shen and Keen, their comp is still mostly backline focused. They're still not all that bursty, but there's also just not that much tankiness to get through, so I'm still going to focus on the shield bow, because even though I don't really need the survivability too much, I feel like, it still gives, you know, AD, which is going to be useful against backlines. Attack speed from a Zeal item, not so great. So I'll just stick to the one that's going to give me some AD, even if the survivability is not super important, but it is always welcome. I was like, hands still die. Maybe we can just gank the Shen here. Oh. Oh, she's dead. Mel can still reflect my ult back on me, so we're not going to do that. Ooh. Now I've got purple Q up. Boom. I think she might have even died even if I didn't purple Q. Alright, sick. Just made so many picks with purple there. This guy's dead. He couldn't afford to enter my auto attack range. Even if I get stunned to the turret there, I don't even die. Oh, I need to be careful with the ult though. Little bit of zoning there. Alright, they just killed half my team though. Unfortunate that the Victor just wasted so much of my time there. Don't get to abuse the fact that they're nowhere near in range. Okay, Kane. What the fuck? I like him damage. Yep, power of late game Aphelios. Especially if you give him 16 kills and 9 CS per minute. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if you want to see more educational content like this in the future, obviously. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Dude, what the hell? I guess I don't have time to recall here, but look at this shit. What a late invade this was. I was about to, like, start walking into that bush so we could go with Rakan into the bushes, and then I just randomly realized, oh shit, there's like 5 enemies here. Alright, well, this is gonna blow. I'm just gonna pop a potion. We'll see what we can do by starting off at this disadvantage. Where's Nami? Leashing, it seems. Should have ideally out of Rakan, using his W to punish Vayne for that. Yeah, again. Okay. Let's try and crash this. Can we get a support? Oh my god, I actually have to recall now. This is insane. Okay, that... obviously sucks that I had to, like, blow my summoners and half my HP at the level 1. By the way, speaking of which, I think Sun flashed me in the level 1. But, like, man, like, just no support interaction at all there when the Vayne was just massively overextending, so... oh well, that is what it is. I can buy, like, 2 potions here, I guess. I'm gonna go for refillable, but I probably don't want to hold on to that for too long. And instead I can try and use 2 health potions to try and get myself back into this lane. Yeah, here it's like, since we dropped so low, like, it's better at this point to just like fucking eat the loss and recall and accept falling behind and farm an XP compared to trying to stay there where I'm not gonna get all my HP back and I'm not gonna be able to last hit and just survive the lane at all effectively with that little HP. So I just need to bite the bullet and recall. Obviously it seems like way too early because it is, but that's just how things turned out. Yeah, I mean... it's a bit ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. You would think I'm laning 1v2. I guess I just have to, like, adjust my gameplay around the fact that I am playing 1v2. Oh, my bad. Should turn around exactly as I went for that combo. In general, I should just be not trying to trade too much anyway, since I have a Nami and we have a melee support. Since obviously I'm expecting... it gets easier for Nami to interact in trades than it is for Vayne. But like, when Vayne is dashing forwards into us like that, that should be where Rakan can actually do something. Nice, okay, the loss setting wasn't too bad. I think they're basing, so let's try and crash this. Using a little green Q combo there to try and... kill the minions as fast as I can. Alright, beautiful. We can just base here and grab double longsword. It's like, even in the end, like after I, you know, lose half my HP level 1, even I have to recall level 1 while I'm being zoned off the wave, while it's a freeze, I'm actually just gonna end up matching Vayne's base here in the end. So he ends up with a 0 CS lead. It's gonna slightly, because she got into lane faster than me, I'm gonna miss some CS here, while she ideally should miss none. So it is gonna turn out to be a little bit more than just a 0 CS lead, obviously. But yeah, I mean, just for... the circumstances, we're in a really good spot. And the key there was just recognizing that I was in a bad situation and there was no recovering from there without a sustained support, and I just needed to recall. As much as it sucked, as much as it felt ridiculous. I had like, what, 2 CS at that point when I recalled? Maybe a little bit more, maybe 4. But yeah, still ridiculous, but what can you do? I just needed to accept the situation I was in. Denial would only make things worse. I would say Rakan maybe has the right idea there, but since we didn't actually know that... okay, since we didn't actually know that Nami was gone... nice. Since we didn't actually know that Nami was gone, I don't want to wall in Vayne inside of our wave. Oh, I was gonna green her there, but it was the lost green ammo anyway. Just gonna chug a potion now that I'm dropping to half HP. I want to make sure that, oh god, there's this lad bug where you can just hear his W every time he recalls, which is weird, because he's not using W, right? He's just recalling, but... I'm trying to be really careful with my ward placement there. I don't want to overextend for that ward. And again, like, I have to just give up that CS, even though it's a position where Rakan, if Vayne tries to trade with me, should be able to engage on her. But I can clearly see he's just not playing the game there, who's just standing back. Hang on, she's gonna go on Rakan, I'll go on her. That was a terrible one, holy shit. I've got flashback up now, though. Okay, that could have been worse. It's not easy to play Rakan against Vayne, but every time she dashes forward, she makes it really easy for him. And he just doesn't take it. That time she actually was holding her dash for his dash, so like... I should have punished her there, actually, my bad. That time she was actually holding her dash for his W, so like it would have been understandable for... maybe understandable for him to miss, but he missed it so badly, like... didn't even really need her Q to dodge it. It was awful. Oh, this could be good. Needed to make sure there, by the way. We got another Rakan W maybe. Oh, good. Yeah, I needed to just not... I needed to hold my, goddamn. My, blue Q there for a while just to make sure that my PTA actually landed on Vayne. Because if I use my blue Q too early there, I can probably shove another wave. We should shove a wave. If I used my blue Q too early there, it was going to hit both Vayne and Nami, and it would hit the Nami before the Vayne. So instead of hitting my third PTA proc on Vayne, and therefore landing the PTA on her, instead it would reset on Nami, then hit the Vayne, and so I wouldn't get my PTA proc, and so I would lose out on damage. So in case all I could land was like one auto and a Q, I don't want to do Q auto, I want to do auto Q. You know, that exact order to guarantee the PTA proc on the guy that I want, then we can use Q, because we're not going to get 2 Q rotations in one fight anyway, right? So we need to make sure we're only landing it once we're actually happy with the PTA proc landing on the correct target. The only risk there was that maybe by holding my Q, I'm not actually going to end up landing it. Like maybe I die before I can use it, maybe she flashes away or something. But I think and you know, maybe she was going to die regardless of my PTA proc anyway, but I think I needed the PTA proc, so that's how we execute it. He needs to be very careful there. We can try and contest possibly though. Whoa! Oh man. Oh, there's a Zed here. I nearly had him, I just needed one more auto, fuck. Ah, that fucking blows. Oh well. This Rakan is like the worst mechanics of any Rakan player I've ever met in my life, I swear to god. He just had to flash on top of Vayne, and he even missed that. She didn't Q anything, did she? Wait, no, so that, actually that's even worse. So he missed the flash on Nami, who definitely doesn't have a dash to dodge it. Because he assumed he'd already hit Vayne, but he hadn't quite. Oh. The fact that it's taken a Zed to actually give lane, not even give Vayne not even a lead in this lane, but like at least to not be terribly behind is a miracle. Zed could still be bot side, by the way, because my jungler is taking his top side. So where is he? Is he on our bot side? In which case he could be in a flank position. Yeah, I'm not going to greet for this full plating. We need to check our jungle. That needs to be the biggest priority here. We need to make sure we're not just being flanked. We would like to check Scuttle Crab as well. We know at least he's not on the Drake, because Drake isn't up. But I just need to know where the Zed is and make sure that's not in a flank position. So he has taken our Grump. He's taken our blue. Okay, we have some vision. He might be on our wolves, but at least now we have some vision. We'll know if he's gonna flank. I'll hide in this brush. Maybe there's a chance to choose Vayne here. I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, she has vision. Oh. I might be dead here. It is what it is, but I'll try my best. Okay, 1 for 1. That could be worse for sure. How the fuck did they have a ward in there? That was surprising. Somebody ward that before they recalled. If we... He might do it anyway, but I should type it out to him just in case. And ideally he drags it out. It's not the end of the world if he doesn't. It's still better than him not freezing. Yeah, this is good. This is fine. So long as he just waits, it doesn't even need to drag it out so much as, like, so long as he actually just waits for the minions to take aggro onto his wave instead of follow him. Because if they're following him and then he runs into the turret, then they will follow him into the turret, and that's not good for the freeze. But this worked fine, perfect. This is actually, so this 1-for-1 that I did with Vayne, thanks to Rakan's actions here, is huge for me. And huge for Vayne, but in a bad way. It massively benefits me. Where is the Vayne? Just abandoned like 2 CS here, right? She might be just trying to set up a cheese of some kind. Like, she and Nami might just be camping here. I don't currently have Rakan with me, so I'm going to be very cautious about how I play this. I'm going to stop being here in advance. Okay, I see Vayne. I could still be getting cheesed in some way by Zed. Oh, yep. Actually, if I'd flashed away, I would have finished her off. My bad. Alright, that sucks. I was thinking if I was getting cheesed by anybody, it would probably just be Nami. Do I need... Yeah, I probably want to do Lord Dominic second against the Scion. He is 0 and 5, but he's still got really good farm, so that doesn't matter. He's gonna get tanky. Oh, that's not good. Oh, maybe Rakan gets the outplay there. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold... I'm not gonna buy Threaded Dirk here, I'm just gonna hold on to my gold, finish Infinity Edge, then we're set to go Lord Dominic second. Yeah, but unfortunate for me that just... Rakan was just so insanely far away. Could not count on my support to protect me in that situation for such a long time. What? What? He might kill the Rakan, but he's not gonna get away with it. I mean, that's just not worth for him. Fuck, I can't finish her. Actually, I didn't realize I had a purple mark on her, my bad. I didn't even realize I was running out of blue there, my bad. Definitely don't want to trade with her while she has Nami E on her. I can't really ward that other brush, I will definitely die. And I also need to wait for Rakan before I can shove in again. Like, this is again a scenario where I could be getting cheesed, I need to wait for Rakan. Yeah, I was thinking if I was getting... If anything, if I was gonna get ganked by Zed, I was expecting it to actually come from the river. I wasn't expecting just to run into his combo range there. Okay. Bit unsatisfying, this whole sequence of events, but I have enough for Infinity Edge here, so that should give me a big spike over the Vayne. She has Bork as well, and here 2 boots, but I'm gonna... Does she have vision? Oh my god, she does! That is lucky for me that she graded for all of the lost hits. Her biggest priority there should have been cancelling me. Especially because it was a free kill the way I was lined up against the wall. In fact, I think she also fucked it up by going for Q instead of her E, because her E displacement maybe wouldn't have landed in time anyway, but... Like, I think her Q landed, but wasn't in time to cancel me, because you get like a 0.5 second grace period. Oh my god. Getting zoned out of the lane. Somebody is smurfing here, probably Zed. Damn. Oh my god, wait, I should have gone for red Q there, by the way. I'm fine, right? Might need to flash the wall. Might not, I think he's dying to that anyway. Syndra's around. Can maybe flash on Zed, maybe flash on Syndra. Blue, stop following me. Do I need to go mid now? I think Vlad wants spot, right? No, he's going mid. But we go then. Yeah, I kind of get Smurf vibes from both Vayne and Zed, but definitely the Zed is what's really fucking me over here. That Vayne hasn't really stood out in any way besides like following up the Zed's plays. But the Zed is certainly making my lane a lot more unplayable than I should really expect from any plat jungler. The way it's just zoned me from even entering the lane constantly. Because this is the second time, you know, when he's zoning me from here, and the wave is like here, like what can I do? I'm zoned from the lane. But, so we're not doing too bad. Team is in a good spot as well, so I think even with our lane just... like, ideally it should have been a stomp, especially with how we started. And especially given the matchup being Aphelios versus Vayne, literally Aphelios' easiest matchup. Like, it should have been stomp, and it's not, so he's done good work here. But my mid laner is winning, jungler is doing okay. Mid lane, top laner stomping, and I still have a lead over Vayne, even after everything. Okay, maybe not a lead, because I guess I did lose my turrets, she's got some gold from that. But I'm definitely not, like, behind like I should be either, right? And I'm also even gonna outskill her. Vayne is a hyper carry of the past. Aphelios is the future. I don't even know what my cycle is supposed to be here, actually. What am I getting? Guess I get rid of white. Yeah, I think I do. Oh, yeah. I do. Okay. Getting ganked by Zed. Unfortunately, that is going to be a problem. Why did I do that? Okay, at least I killed Vayne. She kind of griefed. Not quite as hard as I did, maybe, but... Nami flashed as well, right? Because I was going to hit a double Inferno Mult there, I think. Which would have been a lot of damage the way they were positioned. Only one of them didn't flash out. Can finish Lost Whisper. Shouldn't need anti-heal this game. Damn. I was salivating at the thought of that landing, man. Oh well. Yeah, I needed to flash soon. If I'm gonna flash, I need to flash sooner. Like, I kind of trolled because at the start I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna die anyway, and I'm not gonna bother flashing. And then randomly I changed my mind once I've already decided not to flash, and I've already gotten hit by the Q. Like, it's just like way too impulsive. I needed to commit to one or the other, not decide not to flash, then get hit by the thing I was supposed to flash, then decide to flash. That's ridiculous. Anyway, I need to get rid of white here to fix my cycle, and then we have blue-green, which is the part of the cycle where we ended up, right? And whenever you want to fix your cycle when you made a mistake, let's just focus on shoving this wave, because I might get ganked here. At least I see Zed right now, but I could get ganked by Syndra. Yeah, there she is, I'm gonna leave. Yeah, when you get to the part of your cycle that you messed up, well, to start off with, anytime you mess up your cycle, you just continue with your cycle onwards as is. Like, you get rid of the weapon you were, like, holding that you were supposed to get rid of before. But, well, you get rid of it now. The rest of your cycle continues as normal. Eventually, you get to the part of your cycle where you know, part of the cycle that you're not supposed to have. In this case, it was, like, blue-white. I'm definitely not supposed to have that. But then I think, okay, which weapon is coming next? Green. Okay, well, you're trying to get back to the part of the cycle where you messed up. So, I had blue-green. So, if I have blue-white, how do I get to blue-green? I get rid of white, because I have blue, so I need to hold on to blue, so that I can get back to blue-green. Now I have blue-green again, and now I just need to get rid of green, and my cycle is back on track. Oh, she got some help. I could potentially win a fight though, do I want to risk it? Whoop. Ah, she healed so much though. Alright, my bad. Okay, I needed to dodge the Nami bubble for sure if I wanted to win that anyway. Didn't mechanically execute as well as I needed to. Yeah, also maybe underestimated the Nami heal. She wasn't... The Vayne wasn't actually as low as she appeared. Also missed out on one auto compared to what I intended to. I did good though, like channeling my ult while I was bubbled there, so at least I was doing something while I was CC'd. You know, if you're gonna like lock yourself down with an ultimate animation where you can't auto attack, you can't move, you know, at least ult, so that you're doing something during the CC. But yeah, still, it just wasn't enough. I needed to dodge the Nami bubble, that was non-negotiable. And I'll soon have Lord Dominic's at least. Which is going to be very necessary against that Sion looking at his build so far. Guy looks huge. What is Rakan doing, by the way? I was just thinking, like, I guess I am, like, really alone compared to Vayne a lot of the time. Don't know what my support is doing, so I went to look for my support, and he's just, like, solo running top. Okay. I mean, if that's his sort of macro, then no wonder Vayne is always walking as 2 and I'm always walking as 1. Yeah, they're ganking top. I wonder if he's just duo with the Zen. I think I'll switch to the regular cycle from here. It's gonna be better against Zed and even against the Vayne. Like, if I ever get it in, like, blue-green range, instead of just poking her, she's just gonna, like, Q into my face and force a fight. So it's not really a situation where I want to, like, burst from a distance with blue-green. It's more like I want to just should have burst her with DPS. I think red-blue will be better suited for that. Ideally, we would like to respond to that bot lane wave soon. I just don't want to abandon the team while they're going for this play. Okay. Oh my god. He could have even hit me with 2 more shurikens there, my god. Okay, the Zen is a monster. Yeah, nobody ended up responding to this wave though. I think it, like, overall, I think it was bad for us to even try and force any fight, even if it was, like, in theory, potentially a good fight. Just because it's, like, it's always a guaranteed win for them to just push bot there, and for Syndra to get that turret and all that free farm, and to deny us that massive wave that was there. Whereas us, the win only comes, you know, a win to match theirs only comes if we actually take the fight, if they actually engage in a fight with us, and if we win it. They might just choose not to fight us, and they just get away and then they get the turret for free. They might choose to fight us and also win. You know, there's so many scenarios where this turns out into lose-lose for us. Or even maybe just, like, lose nothing, like, you know, not another loss, but no win either. And for us, it was just a lot more conditional. So I think it was poor macro from my team overall to be heading towards bot. I was kind of scared to, like, actually go by myself though against the Syndra. I'm not in a good spot for actually dealing with that sort of champion right now. I would ideally have a much greater lead if I wanted to deal with a mage who just naturally counters Aphelios. Alright, ideally I get rid of white ASAP here, then I can get rid of green ASAP. No, actually, no, that's not even true. I need to get rid of green at the same pace as white. Hang on. If he runs towards my sentry, okay. Not gonna kill her. Oops. Okay, I got a kill. Do we want to keep chasing her? Well, Zinzal wants to keep chasing her, and so I need to accompany Zinzal, so if they actually fight him, then we're around to protect them. Wow, Syndra only knew that he doesn't have ult for 1 more second. Should have turned with ult a lot sooner. Nice. Okay. Yeah, do I necessarily think it was the right call for Zinzao to be chasing there? No. But he is, so we'll follow it up. Because I think ignoring it would have been a lot worse, and the outcome actually turns out to be not too bad here. But again, we're just giving up free mid lane turrets for, like, a fight that was not guaranteed here. The macro-wise, this is all horrible, but as the ADC, I just have no choice except but to go along with the ride. I don't always have to do that, but it's certainly in a game like this I do have to. I can't really match Syndra. I'm not strong enough to deal with Sion for sure right now. Potentially if I flashed under there I could kill her, but it would be very crit dependent and I don't want to risk it. I still don't even have my Lord Doms, by the way. Let's be careful here actually, I don't want to throw a lead. Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't crit enough on the Vayne. Yeah, my bad, whoever stayed there. I shouldn't have been looking to take that extra turret. I did think the Herald would do more damage on that turret, not gonna lie. I thought we would, you know, it was definitely risky, but I thought at least it was gonna be a guaranteed turret, but... Was it only supposed to do that much damage? I don't know, I was surprised personally. Yeah, this is kind of awkward for us. Like, the only way to dodge the Nami ult is to run into the Syndra QE. And if we walk into the Syndra QE, we still get hit by the Nami ult anyway. No winning there. Okay, I have a lot of gold now though. Depending on how I think of the Sion is, I probably actually do just want to do a Zeal item this game. Even third item could be fine if I actually feel like I need that. Question is, do I need it? I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, we'll do Runas though. Okay, since I want to get my cycle onto the regular cycle, let's just get rid of green ASAP so we can start getting rid of purple ASAP. And overall, just holding red-blue is going to be much more useful for dealing with champions like Zed and Vayne than it is to be holding green and blue. Or red and purple either. Any chance we can get Vayne? Unfortunately, she's very safe. We see Syndra recalling. Somebody's TPing. I think they thought we were going to chase. I think we should just crash this wave and then we just do the Drake. Oh, they're starting the Baron. Okay. So that's why she was TPing there. Volibear can definitely just finish the Drake. Get the guaranteed Drake and just try and stop this Baron. This is an awkward TP for me though. Okay, I hit them. They get chunked. Sadly, they finished the Baron. Okay. Fuck, that was still a Zed ult on me, sadly. Just because he flashes, he gets to secure my death. But at the very least, it's not the end of the world. We got the Drake, we got only one kill. That could be better. Oh, are we playing 4v5? Vlad wasn't part of anything there, was he? Yeah, he was just AFK. So no wonder this was harder than it seemed. On paper, I think this should have been fine. Like, you know, we're at a numbers disadvantage, but they are, you know, like, doing Baron. They're getting low. I poked them with the Inferno ult. They're tanking Baron. It should be fine to, at the very least, like, try and distract them, delay it a little bit, try and poke them. And even if they end up finishing the Baron, at least we should be able to hopefully turn by the time Volibear returns. But obviously, it wasn't actually 4v5, it was 3v5. Obviously, that, yeah, changes things. I hadn't realized that was the circumstances. Oh well. If we lose this game, it probably is just because of that, unfortunately. I don't know how long Vlad was AFK for. It might have just been something minor, like you had to go fucking like, open the door or something. Would have just been like 20 seconds, but if so, it was 20 seconds too long, or like 20 seconds at the worst possible moment. Ooh. Nice one. Oof, she landed a lot of AoE there. I would have gone for a nice Inferno ult there, I think, but... Whoa, whoa, there was a Vayne on me, I didn't even notice, fuck. I survived the ult, man. Thought it was fine. Please tell me they kill her. Okay, they do, thank god. Yeah, that was risky from me, but, I didn't think I was gonna die to Syndra. And I was right. So the Vayne cleanup I didn't account for. Alright, we're gonna go for shield bow for sure over the collector. No collector this game. Runans, or just any kind of zeal item here is more important than collector for DPS this game against the Scion. And shield bow is just also more important than collector here. For the Zed mainly, although even that wasn't even involving Zed, right? That was just Syndra and the Vayne. Either way, a lot of burst, very fast. Shield bow still alive a little bit longer, gonna go hard. It's been a very tough game actually. I don't feel like I'm playing super bad, right? But my KDA not being amazing definitely reflects how much of an uphill battle for me this game has been. It's being put in a lot of tough scenarios. Still, like, as much as it's been, like, tough for me to maintain a good performance, actually, regardless, I don't think it's actually that hard of a game to win, just because obviously my team is doing great. It would be nice if Vlad would default to a side lane like bot, which you can see Vayne is pushing out instead of auto-pathing towards mid. Or we would be sharing farm. So I get the farm, and what does he get? Like, he gets nothing. He could have easily farmed this. Just because the wave isn't on the middle of the map exactly when you're leaving base, doesn't mean it won't be in the middle of the map by the time you would get there. You know, you need to try and look forwards into the future a little bit when you're trying to think of about where to go on the map. Not just for mid laners, just in general. Any farming role. Consider not just where is the most farm right now that you can take, but like where do you need to be in 20 seconds to get the most farm. So like the Aphelios obviously wants to farm mid, the Aphelios doesn't want to go side lane, the Aphelios would be really unsafe. You don't want the Aphelios going side lane, but as the Vlad, you can easily go side lane. And that wave is easily going to be in a farmable spot. If you see, the Vayne is already shoving that out. Obviously this didn't affect me, like, he didn't steal my farm or anything, but, like, I'm just pointing out for his sake. Ooh. Is she dead? Not quite. Hopefully he's dead. Not quite. There was a sun over there. Big. Still maintaining my chakras in case we need it to fight further. Okay, anybody can melt here? Probably not. Then we're gonna push mid. Oh. If I'd seen that, I would have queued it. I want to pick this thing up. There we go. Okay, Drake is up very soon. Let's pick this up. If we get this, this is soul. Nice one. Don't think we need to waste any, like, ults or anything here on the Syndra. She's dead no matter what. And I can just melt this Drake over the wall as well. Perfect. I can push in bot. So they have enough people dead where I don't really need to be good from that team right now. They don't have enough people to deal with, like, multiple lanes being pushed right now, I would say. So I can just go bot and push this out while my team push mid. This Volibear going for blue buff, though, that's troll. Like, I'm pressuring bot by... I'm pressuring the map by pushing bot, right? This is pressuring blue buff, like, blue buff... Dude. What the fuck is blue buff gonna do? This is useless. Yeah, like, they still have 2 dead. Like, why are we not pushing every lane? This doesn't make sense. This is a wasted opportunity. But since we're, you know, as a team, we're not committing to anything, even though I disagree with it. I'll make the most of it by just getting some free farm and look the base and get my item. Yeah. Should have probably been at least a turret minimum, and probably minimum 1 inhib on top of that. Which one we get would depend on, like, which one they're actually going to try and defend. And if they respond badly, then potentially they lose both inhibs. Like, if they send somebody, like, one person after me who I can easily kill, and then these guys are also, like, winning there, then we could easily get to inhibs. They don't need to be smart about who they send where. But yeah, it's all moot since either way. Team didn't want to push. I'm just waiting a little bit for my Q to come back up before I finish those minions, because I'm trying to get rid of purple, so... Oh, I didn't realize I was going to be a low HP Zed, my bad. Ooh, now I can't finish her off because I wasted ult. Sad. This guy is just casually doing Baron, let's follow up. This guy wants to TP, he might end up pushing to our inhib turret, but that's fine, we'll have Baron buff, we can recall fast. He doesn't have a wave, that's fine. Did he not ult there? I thought he ulted, he was moving really fast at Pollock. I think we can afford to chase. Surely somebody catches him soon, right? Yeah, there we go. Big. Also just gonna farm the wolves on the way there. It seems unlikely we just gank the Vayne and kill her, right? And Volibear is taking the mid farm, so it's nice to supplement my farm with something there. Vayne is kind of tanky, by the way. She built Jack Show. Should have actually been holding red, actually, if I wanted to try and cover there, because it would be the auto that hits her the fastest, hopefully giving me the best chances of getting the kill before my teammates finish her. Which might seem greedy, but also, like, for all I know, the kill is going to go to the fucking... Volibear is basically full build if he has a Magi's. Or, like, Rakan or something. If I can secure the kill, like, if it would be one thing if it was, like, between me and somebody else like the Vlad, right? Then you could debate, like, ooh, who's this kill better on? But when I don't even know who it's gonna go to, it is absolutely good for me to try and secure it for myself. Because then I'm guaranteeing it's not going to somebody like Rakan. This guy is easily killable. Ooh, sadly he doesn't actually die, though. Still got red ult if I need it. We want to hold red here, by the way, because I want to sustain. Oh, did they FF? Or did we just end? I guess we ended. Alright, GG.